time to understand and learn the game, then you're not going to get it. And the bottom line is those people who are really playing this game at a high level, they have a full knowledge of the universal laws. They know how to wield them. This is very important. This is very important. And so as we get into this summer season that's coming up, I'm speaking to you about, what this sister came to me about, what is the end game? Because a lot of people are, again, how I pay this bill. Now, you're desperate. You're desperate. And you think, oh, well, once I get the knowledge about how to put I've had people to come, and they're speaking to people about how to tap into some kind of TDA account and give some little code or what have you. Listen, you have to understand what's going on in this game. And once you get to that level and you start learning how to do things like leverage your whatever funds that you have, and you understand what instruments are and how to put them into play in this game, this is when you come up. Not by trying to keep tapping into some TDA account and you keep trying to pay for this bill and pay for that bill with a little account. You got to learn the game. All right. So what is the end game? I'm going to tell you for UNA where we're headed so that you can understand what our game is. And then you can be a part of this season if you choose to. So we have a university for a reason, because this information, you have to learn it at levels. Just like, listen, y'all got to understand, when we're talking about this, we're talking about history. You got to know that. You need to know what the history is, because y'all think it's not tied in. Guess again. All of this stuff is tied in. The more you know about the different disciplines, the better you are able to wield what's going on in this game. So you need to know history. You've got to know law. So you got to have the knowledge of a judge damn near, really, if you're talking about wielding this game. And then you have to have the knowledge of what it takes to be in the financial game. When we're talking about stock market, you need to know that about dealing in stocks. Then you need to understand about instruments, about dealing in instruments, how to wield them, how to stand and how to make yourself look like the bank that you are, because you've been operating as a bank. You've been signing as a bank. The problem is you didn't know that. You don't have knowledge of what you have been doing. And so this is why you want to join the university, so that you can gain knowledge about what you've already been doing the whole time. There is a block, and there is a block for a good reason. Some of y'all will destroy yourselves. But if you're willing to put the time in to learn what it takes to get to the next level, oh, you get there. You'll get there. So now, what are we talking about when we're saying, what is the end game? Okay, so with UNA, we talked about the Back to Basics. We have the basics program where you're coming in and you're learning the foundation. This is including the universal laws, right? That's important. And so if you have not been, one moment, if you have not been in any of our sessions, and you're not fully understanding the basics of this whole game, then you're going to need to go through the basics from UNA's perspective to make sure that you're not just in this game because, I need the money, and you're desperate. That's the wrong reason why. If you want the knowledge, what is going on? You've got to want to know. If you don't want to know, then this is not the game for you. All right. So you're getting your basics down. Then you have to understand how to stand as a nation, as a corporation or a business. We'll say not a corporation, but a business. You've got to know how to stand, because now what you're talking about is how you're going to interact, if you so choose. If you choose to be able to interact with, whether it be the federal government or the U.S. corporation or any other corporation for that matter, you've got to know how to look. That's what the Trust Law Basics program is about. That just ended last season. understanding how to look in that whole game such that you're set up with your EIN number, with your logo, with your business name, your business structure. You need to have all of that. That's what we teach in the seminar. In the university, these are the things that you have to learn. What is a trust? What is the trust that you're putting under federal jurisdiction? How do you do that? What does that actually look like? How do you go about getting the EIN number? What kind of EIN number are you trying to get? This is not something that comes overnight for you to just learn this stuff. And the thing about UNA University is we're going to do it. We're going to walk you through it. So for people who've been in this game 10, 15 years, whatever, and you still have not a full understanding of what you're doing, you still don't have all of your documents in order, and if you do, you don't know how to use them, well, that's what the university is about. Let's get past those tough questions so you can start putting things in order. All right. Once you've done that in the trust law basics, then you need to fully understand financial instruments. Let me go back to something real quick because, I get a lot of people, because we did an A for V session last season. And I get a lot of people who are coming into the A for V sessions or whatever, and their desire is to put these instruments down. Y'all need to pay attention. If you are not knowledgeable about what to say when these agents are coming at you, you will get yourself in a lot of trouble. This is why there's a prerequisite for these, the back to basics, the trust law basics, and where we're going over this stuff, because if you get into this game and then someone comes at you, and then you start doing things to put yourself back up under contract, you will find yourself up under somebody's jurisdiction where you don't need to be. Now, all of that is a part of the game, learning how to stand in law. We talk about this so much, and I know y'all, well, I don't want to hear that. I just want to know how to get the money. Well, you're going to learn how to get yourself up under a jail cell is what you're going to learn how to do, because you don't understand the full game. So when these agents are coming at you, do you know who you are? Do you know what to say? Do you know how to stand? If you don't, then this is going to become a headache for you, because somebody's going to scare you. And you're going to go and you're going to do things like take a lawyer. You're going to sign off on documents. You're going to make statements. You're going to agree to things because you're not understanding the whole game. So this is not about just jumping into it and, I have my birth certificate, it's authenticated. It's way more than that. That's why we have the university. And that's why we understand that, only so many people get to this level. Only so many people will get there because they're desperate. They don't really want to know the game. They just want to know, I just need to, okay. Well, until you learn the true laws, which is the universal laws, well, you will stay frustrated. Once you get past the financial or into the financial instruments phase, now you're learning how to write contracts. What you've got to recognize in this financial game, everything is a contract. If you don't know how to write contracts, you don't know how to really play and dwell in this game. Now, I tell people, you don't have to contract with these people. You don't. You can just take control of your social security number. You can shut it down if you want. You can use it if you want to. You can just let it stay stagnant. However you want to do it, however you choose to do it, it's up to you. But until you learn to take control of it, you won't be able to do anything with it at all. And it will continue to run and people will continue to make money off of it. Don't be upset about it. They're just going to make money off of it. And you don't need to worry about it. You just won't be beneficiary to any of it or learn how to access it. That's fine. Walk away. You can walk away from it because it's not you. Any bills, any other thing that is being attached to your all capital letter name, it's not you. So you can walk away from it. or you can take control of it. And what we deal with is taking control of it. And then also learning to establish your own nations, your own banks. All right. So now, in recognizing that, once we've gotten to that point, the financial instruments, then we deal with learning how to implement these instruments. All right. Look, I'm giving y'all a whole bunch of information right now. A lot of people, they just want, I just want to get, you're not going to get this stuff until you're willing to invest your energy, your time, your whatever it is, financial resources. Because at the end of the day, until you're ready to put back into the universe to get what you're looking for, you're not going to get it. So whether you're giving to the universe by way of your time, by way of your physical energy, by way of your spiritual energy, or your money, you're not going to get what you're looking for. It's not going to come overnight. And just this information has been hidden for a reason. Some of us have already destroyed ourselves in another time because we had this information and we didn't know how to use it. So what I'm speaking on is when we're speaking about what the end game is, all right, then you got to think about what it is for you. What is it that you're in the game to do? So now I talked about those seminars. UNA, we've been we're a little bit over a year with respect to the seminars that we're putting out. Now, coming up in our fall season, we will be accepting memberships. All right. So we're accepting memberships in our fall season. We're accepting people who are wanting to join the university on a long-term basis. Let me get everybody to mute. So we're accepting people on a long-term basis, meaning where if you're coming into the school for a whole year, we're providing financial aid for you to come in for that entire year and take all of the sessions. So membership, financial aid, whereby we offer benefits, whether it be, some form of dental, some form of car, some form of, whatever kind of other benefits that we throw in our package for UNA. Those are the things that our members will have access to. The end game also, just so you know, is that we establish different branches of UNA in different countries, whereby when we go to another country, those members of UNA are already taken care of. There are instruments in place for our members who go into different countries. And not only that, but you have different benefits as a member of the nation. So the end game for us, again, is building the nation such that when we decide to travel, we're traveling on our own documentation for our nation. That's the end game. Now, for some other people, your end game is just to learn how to process your financial instruments. Okay. Well, you've got to get all of the information in line. And there are a lot of different disciplines that you need to have before you even should be wielding any of this. And that, number one, a big part of that, number one, universal laws. Number two, do you know how to stand? Because you get out here and you're wielding these instruments, and all you need is for an agent to come at you and say, this is fraudulent. Do you know to ask questions? Do you know what to say and what to do? Is the first thing you're doing is running off to get a lawyer? Are you afraid? Well, then, okay, good luck with that. Because once and y'all need to understand something. When you take on a lawyer, like you'll see these cases about, such and such and such went to prison and such, and his lawyer said, y'all got to understand, if you have a lawyer, then you are not sovereign. Sovereign can't have a lawyer. If you got somebody standing for you, you're a child. That's what a defendant means. It means a child. It means an imbecile. It means someone who has no standing at law. You can't even speak or be heard. So if you're not understanding this game from the beginning, and all you're in the, I just want to put some money because I got my business. You better get your spiritual energies right first, and then a whole bunch of headaches are going to go away right there. LL Bay, Viviana, thank y'all for joining us. Clint Casey's in the house. Let me know, Clint, if you had anything you want to say, any questions, because I'm just going over today. What is the end game? What is the end game? I appreciate my sister for bringing that up, because a lot of people have their own different end games that they want. But if you think that just getting some kind of, and I've had too many people come at me with this. Oh, I got my authenticated birth certificate and blah blah. That where I go to pay the bills and how I need to get the money from it. No, that's not the game. You're gonna have to be willing to study, and if you're not, then I get it. I understand. And so in our seminars, we reveal a lot of information on what's really going on in this entire game. We reveal a lot of information. So anybody who's been in our seminars, and especially if you're understanding the higher law side, if you're understanding that, then you will really recognize how powerful what we do in the seminars are in UNA. Also, we do a lot of application. One of the big things that we do is we're going to bring, we have a community of people that you can work with who are actually applying the information and who've been in the game for a while, and they're getting their act together. Now, our basics program, which is our Back to Basics program, that is our first step. Again, getting your all capital letter name under contract. Now, the deal is, once you've gotten your all capital letter name under contract, you still, with those basics, it's going to be very important for you to know how to stand. And then we go into creating your nation. Now, let me talk about the nation thing, because some of the things, I have people come to me and they're ready to go, oh, I want to do business. If you're going to do business with the federal government or with the state or whomever, then you have to stand as a nation or a business, meaning you've got to have certain things in place. If you're a nation, a flag, a seal, a constitution, a bank, which would be you, and a landmass, which is your vessel. Or it could be the contract for your business. This is a landmass right here. This is a landmass right here. This paper right here, this is a landmass. Your vessel is a landmass. And so understanding those simple things, understanding who you are as a spiritual entity, it plays a large role in this whole game. Clint, you want to add anything in here? And once again, thank all of y'all for joining us. Make sure you all check us out. Clint, let me know if you want to add anything.
Right now.
Say what now? Okay, so now watch this now. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure you go and subscribe, please, to UNA Republic on YouTube. And we're gonna, we've got that up. We're building it. Y'all help us build it. Go put some numbers up there. And also, you can catch us on UNA America on Facebook. Now, on Tuesdays, we're here live doing an open session from 9 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. And then on Thursdays, we're here from 7 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. We've got a big season coming up. It's going to be packed. We got a full load, as they say, coming up this summer quarter. It's going to be the Back to Basics seminar. So y'all want to be a part of that. That is that basic program. We're going to have the financial instruments seminar, which is on Wednesday. Be a part of that. If you want to join any of those, you can go to unauniversity.com. But if you want to to the financial instruments course, you can go to unauniversity.com/instruments. All right, and enroll in there. If you want to Back to Basics session, go to unauniversity.com/basics. If you want to be in the history program, unauniversity.com/history. Listen, This is the other thing. I get a lot of people who are, I don't really need the history. Yes, you do. Oh, think again. All of this stuff is tied in. The more you know about all of these different disciplines, the better you will be at wielding whatever instruments you put on the market. You need to know all of it. You've got to, again, there's so many different disciplines in this game. To think that somebody's going to give you one piece and all of a sudden you know it, please. That's why the university is here, because it's going to take time for you to just soak this knowledge in, and then you have to implement it. It's not just about, oh, I learned about that and I heard about that and somebody told me and I saw it on the site. No, have you ever put any of this stuff into action? If you didn't, then you really haven't learned anything. I mean, it's like people want to talk about, oh, I can read a book. Okay, read a book on trying to play the piano. Read a book. You still won't know how to play the piano until you sit down and play the piano. You can know about chords all day, but if you don't know how to put your fingers on those keys and make it work, forget it. Forget it. It's the same thing with this game. So you think you have all of your knowledge about what law is and this and that, but you haven't implemented it? Oh, these paper. And let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all have filed some documents. If you don't know what you have and how to stand on the documents that you filed, you have nothing. Because the truth is, regardless of what people go through in all of our time in this industry and watching people be successful and not successful, the common denominator is those who know it and know how to speak on it. It's part of the common denominator. Part of it was their energies, but the ones who know it and know how to speak on it, you've got to know how to come out of your mouth and stand on your rights. Otherwise, regardless of how powerful you think that document is, it has no power. You are the one with the power. You are the one who's supposed to be able to wield it. If you don't know what it is, you have nothing. So again, you got to be willing to put the time down and study. And that's what the UNA University is all about. So getting back, Clint, I want you to, when you're ready, let me know. I want you to talk to me about what your end game is, because some people come into this game and they just really have they got on their mind money. All right. They think, oh, I got this birth certificate. It's authenticated. I'm ready to make some money because somebody told them they can make some money. Now, listen, it's not that it is a lie, but the deal is there are so many different layers to getting to that level. And the first part of it is your mind. If all you're doing is trying to get to this game because you're desperate, you're going to find it very difficult. Your path is going to be very difficult because what you're trying to gain is more spiritual than you know. I know y'all think, oh, money ain't got nothing to do with it. Yes, it has everything to do with that because it's just an energy. And so if you're not understanding how to wield energies, then the money is going to be evasive. You're not going to be able to get it because your energies are not right. So what I'm going to do, if y'all have any questions, put them in the comment section. And then also don't forget, go and subscribe to UNA Republic on YouTube. All right, go subscribe to UNA Republic on YouTube. All right, so we've got 3 seminars coming up. I know because there's some things that I'm only going to drop to the students because of the simple fact that, this information is dangerous to the wrong people. And just last season, I've had some people that made it clear they are highly dangerous. Am I freezing? You saying I'm freezing, I hope to see you this season, Viviana, too. Go and register for the financial instruments. You've been in our seminars for a minute. Go and register for the financial instruments. Let's get you to the next level. Let's get you to the banker level. But are you saying I'm freezing, Viviana? Let me know. Am I freezing? All right. Is it still freezing? I want to make sure. Is anybody else freezing? All right. What I'm going to do is I'm ready to, once again, I'm going to list what our sessions are. Let me get out of here. Okay, occasionally freezing. Okay. So what I said, just in case I froze on you, I want you to make sure that you go register. I'd love to see you in the financial instruments course. Go register for that so that we can get you in there. And again, so we can get you to the banker level. All right. When you're looking for your end game, this is a great place to find it with the UNA University, because we're making sure that you get all of the information to make sure you stand, to make sure you're standing properly. All right. So now, what I want to do is I'm listing these seminars. Make sure you go. You can go to unauniversity.com to get them all. But we've got the history session on Sunday. That's starting on the 11th. Sunday, July the 11th. It's going to be a 10-week seminar. So 10 weeks every Sunday. And that is the history course. We're going through all of the history from the beginning of the planet to United States of America history to we got the women's history to molecular structure, all of that. We're going through some history so we can understand what's going on with this game. We're going to go into a little bit of the past history as well. We're talking about ancient scripture. We're going to get into some of that. All right. So yeah, we love talking about the Anunnaki. All right. So now the Monday seminar, that's going to be the Back to Basics. All right. Back to Basics. That's going to be on Mondays. That is a 10-week seminar. Make sure y'all come in. That's 7 to 9. Y'all want to be a part of that? Go to unauniversity.com/basics. BASICS. All right. Then the next one is financial instruments. Financial instruments. That's going to be on Wednesdays. That is a 10-week course as well. You'll want to enroll. Go to unauniversity.com/instruments. unauniversity.com/instruments so you can get into that session. All right. And we hope to see y'all there because we got a packed season. Clint Casey, you're going to be in the house with us this season. Let me see if I can get Clint.
I'll be there.
All right. So Clint says he'll be there. So I hope to see y'all there. All right. Because
yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Okay, so listen, as we prepare for this upcoming season, Rena, thank you for joining us. I hope y'all get a chance to go back and look at this. I want y'all to just remember and keep in mind whatever your end game is. Don't think that you're just going to have somebody to write your documents for you and you suddenly have your freedom. That is not how this game works. Don't think that somebody just gonna tell you, oh, I'm gonna show you how to do it, and you just write this instrument and this instrument, you're gonna get some money back. That is not how this game works. When you're coming into the university, you're learning what the instruments are. You're learning who you are. That's important right there. You're learning what the basic laws are. You're learning how to stand in law. All of this is important. You're learning the history. You need to have that. Because the more you know, the more you're able to wield this game. The more you're able to see BS when it's coming at you. The more you're able to understand what these things are that you're seeing that are in your face, you're not even paying attention to. Why is those letters COVID? Why are they all in capital letters? Y'all ain't thought about that? Why are these doctors talking about how somebody's paying them to put certain things on a death certificate? and they get more money if they use this term as opposed to this term. Say it's pneumonia. Oh, I don't get that much money for pneumonia, but when you use this other all capital letter term, which is a corporation, well, you get a lot more money when you put that on the death certificate. Why? Because there's a business there. There's an insurance behind that. There's an instrument underlying this name. Y'all got to get this game. All right. So now I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for joining me. Everybody, listen, don't forget, go into, go and subscribe at UNA Republic on YouTube, and also see us on UNA America on Facebook. And we want to look forward to seeing you guys in our upcoming season. All right. This summer season is going to be huge. I love y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me, Clint. Thank you, everybody here. Rena, Viviana, LL, Divine, and everybody else. Appreciate you. I love you. I'm out. Bye-bye.